What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Room with Wrexham. This is episode number 11, and we're coming off the back of a bit of good form now. 3 games unbeaten in the last episode, only 1 goal conceded. And I gotta give props to you in the comments because you said Okonkwo was not doing it for us in goal, so we swapped him out for Lainton. And Rob hasn't disappointed, just conceding 1 goal, keeping 2 clean sheets in those 3 games, two wins and a draw, which has seen us come very close to the playoff positions. We're not even halfway through the season yet, so it is still early days, but it is definitely progression in the right direction, which is what I want to see. We also slightly adjusted the formation. We no longer play the 5-3-2. We sort of just made a little tweak and changed it to a 5-3-1-1 with Elliot Lee moving up into that cam spot and Paul Mullin playing as the lone striker. Cannon had come into the midfield alongside Evans and Belabor, but unfortunately the Brighton loanee broke his toe in the last game, and so we're now missed 3 months out injured. Stephen Davis, who is unhappy and wants a move in January, will be starting almost every game now, so hopefully that will change his mind about moving because he's a good addition into the squad. He has a lot of experience, and I like having him in this team. Uh, as you would have seen there, we slightly tweaked one of the play styles as well. Someone else in the comments said that we need to change the defensive play style. So the defense press after possession loss, because I was saying that my players felt quite inactive. So I'll try that today. And that you'll see that in today's first game of the episode, which is Colchester. Colchester, who are 7th in the moment, occupying that last playoff spot. So a team that we're definitely in the hunt for. And we're having relatively similar seasons, both high scoring but also conceding a lot as well. I think we're the 2 highest scoring teams in the league, shown here, whereas Colchester would take the early lead. I think we've scored a combined 75 goals between the two of us in 44 games. So don't expect this one to be a 0-0, which it already isn't. Lainton then would come up with a big save. We would go down the other end. Cannon playing a nice one too, but his shot saved by Goodman in the Colchester net. Going into the second half now, and it would be the host that would double their lead. This was another frustrating game for me. Honestly, I'm trying to just work my way through it, and I know that this game is still in its new. It's only a few weeks out, so there's still a lot of things to touch up on. But one thing I have noticed is the play styles, the individual player tactics as well. I feel like I'm not seeing much from my players. I feel like I'm controlling one player and I'm almost playing against 21 AI. It's a real struggle. I'll be honest. A lot of my players are just idle. They stand by if I'm not controlling them. I'm not sure if I included it, but there was a clip in the first half where Ford, who is my right wing back, he's on join the attack, overlapping runs. We had a chance to break, and he had acres of space down the right hand side to run into, and he was just walking and not pushing into that space. It's very confusing and very difficult for me to understand how to play this game when, the tactics I'm setting aren't being implemented into the squad. I can only do so much and control one player at a time, essentially. So yeah, it's a struggle at the moment, and we end up losing that game to Colchester and drop a couple of places in doing so. Our first defeat in 4, but we just got to move on and move into the next game. But before we do that, we are gonna look at some contracts as well. A bunch of players, their contracts running out in 6 months' time at the end of this campaign. A couple of them retiring. A couple of them I'm actually willing to let go, so I'm going to put a few players up on the transfer list. McAllendon, Bickerstaff, and Tunnicliffe are the main players that we'll put up on the transfer list. And then players such as Jones, Hayden, Dalby, Young, Tozer, and Lainton all get 1 year extensions, just to give them a bit of confidence, knowing that they're going to have a year with the club, and a lot of them are decent squad players as well. I'm not saying I won't accept offers if transfer offers come in for them, maybe in the summer, but for now, I need to be assured that I'm going to have a decent squad for next season as well. So we sign a few of them down, and we move into the next game of the episode, which is another Welsh derby. Newport, we play them twice in the league in the same month. We drew 2-2 with County thanks to an Andy Cannon 90th minute equaliser. and it would be Cannon who almost got on the score sheet there, almost getting on the end of a Mendy cross before we rotate the ball again. Mullin bursts into the box, shoots, but forces a good save from the Newport keeper. And it is Newport who are the team out of the two of us that are struggling. They're down in battling for the relegation, battling to avoid the relegation places at the moment, whereas we are pushing for a playoff spot. But there's something about Newport. I don't know if it's because it's a derby, but we're struggling against them. We're struggling to create chances. I think that's just where we are as a club at the moment. And we force keeper into a good save, and then Paul Mullin a gilt-edged chance for the league's top scorer there. Corner comes in from Mendy. We know how dangerous we are from those corners. Mullin free header 6 yards out, should score, but he puts it straight to the keeper. Just a few minutes later, Mendy gives away a free kick, and Newport would take the lead. A really simple goal, a poor one for Leighton, and from my defence, honestly, a header one just inside the box, and it goes in. And Newport County would take the lead here. We would continue pressing the issue, and we actually changed formation. We went to a 4-1-2-1-2 just to see if we could get a bit more attacking, because I wanted to potentially look at if we need to mix things up in the future, or what formation might work for us. We did create plenty of chances actually with that formation. I didn't mind it at all, and ironically, it doesn't really make sense, but my fullbacks were actually in even more attacking positions than when they were wing backs. But ultimately, it was another loss, 2 steps backwards, and we lose back-to-back games. Losing to Newport, who are 19th, is just it's not good enough for us at all. And I'm not surprised that the team aren't happy at the moment, and the board aren't really happy as well. I'm not happy with how the team's performing. As we get a few emails here from players, basically saying that they're happy that they've been put up for transfer. Tozer saying that he's happy that we could give him a new deal, as he was asking for one earlier in the campaign. 24 league games in, we are 11th at the moment, but we are 8 points adrift of Walsall in 7th. We really need to start closing that gap soon before it is too late. We're heading into the third and final game of the episode. We want to start winning games. This is not the team to face. Gillingham, who we haven't even turned into the new year, and we're already facing Gillingham for the 3rd time. We lost to the Gills in the EFL Trophy, and then they thumped us last month 7-0, which was our lowest point in this very early career mode. Gillingham are in 9th, 2 places and 2 points above us at the moment, so this will be a tightly contested game. We make plenty of changes with this being a midweek game. No Tozer as well, so we drop the captain. He was, at half fitness as well, so we do drop him, but Matthews, the Youth Academy graduate, comes in, as well as Hayden to join O'Connell in that back three. So I think it's a pretty strong back three, but plenty of changes in the midfield and up top as well. This is going to be a tough one, but going into the final game, let's see if we can get some sort of result to make this episode not so much of a dampener. Well, it would be Gillingham who started on top. Rob Lainton having to be on his game, making 4 or 5 early saves. Gillingham with Johnny Williams as well, the Welsh veteran, and he started this game hot on form, whipping some corners in, also having a couple shots himself. But Lainton was up to the task. Yeah, as I said, Gillingham's, it would be expected, even though we're at home, we've actually lost quite a few home games this season already. But Gillingham are good in form. We are not in form at all, and it would show, as Gillingham would dominate us in the early 20 minutes. And they actually did hit the bar. I don't know if Leighton got a finger to that. He might have done. But they crash a shot against the bar. We go down the other end. Ollie Palmer's shot hits the post, but then Young finds Mullin. And Paul Mullin, if anyone is going to drag us out of this hole, it will be this man. PM10 gets his 16th league goal of the season to give us a 1-0 lead, completely against the run of play. And I saw someone in the comments say it's going to be interesting to see what offers come in for Mullin in January. I'll be honest, I'm not going to sell Mullin in January, no matter who comes in for him. But if we get to the summer and we haven't been promoted, it's going to be tough to hold on to be able to refuse offers for him, because he is such a good striker, and this is a realistic career mode. So if we get to the summer and we haven't got promoted, we might have to listen to offers. Anyway, I don't want to think about that. Going into the second half, Lainton made an incredible save here. Williams with the shot that deflects off the defender just a couple yards in front of Lainton, and he has to adjust his body and saves the ball. It's an incredible save. And then Williams can't convert late on. We managed to see the game out, and well, it is a slight saving grace. You know, we lost those opening two games of the episode. We didn't score. We've won this one 1-0. We've scraped through. Leighton making 7 or 8 massive saves. Again, props to you guys for suggesting that he should come into the team. Okonkwo actually came to me and said that he wanted to play in this game, but I said, look, Leighton's been the guy right now. And Mullin, well, we can't always rely on Paul Mullin. He bags us the only goal of the game to give us a 1-0 win. And Barnett, I was actually impressed with him as well. He asked to come into this game at right wing back. He did, and he played relatively well. So was impressed with him, as well as O'Connor, who came back from injury very recently. So a positive note after 2 defeats, a win, which does push us back up the table. We're in that sort of group that's tightly congested just outside the playoffs. We're 5 points adrift of Colchester in 7th, but I still believe that we can achieve something this season. Well, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But with the January transfer window opening in the next episode, let me know in the comments, what positions do you think I need to strengthen? Do you think I need to get another centre mid with Baleba out injured? Do you think I need another striker because we haven't been scoring much? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any specific player requests as well. I would love your tips. And then maybe a change of formation as well, and just general feedback. I'm really enjoying reading your comments, hearing your guys' views on the series as a whole. So keep feeding back your comments. Drop a like on the video if you're enjoying the series. And don't forget to sub to the channel as well. Road to 400 subs. Let's go. And I'll catch you in episode 12.